Ever see a guy who looks like a Greek statue but moves like he is stuck in mud? That is the problem with training for show muscles. You look dangerous until the bell rings. Real fighting capability comes from go muscles, hidden strength that does not necessarily pop in a mirror, but feels like a sledgehammer when it lands on an opponent. Today, we are not bodybuilding. We are building a fighter's physique. We are breaking this into 3 critical phases: the explosive engine for knockout power, building the armor so you do not break, and the gas tank so you never fade. No fluff. Let us build your engine right now. Fighting is physics. It is about how quickly you can generate force and deliver it to a target. To do that, we start with plyometric push-ups. Standard push-ups build endurance. These build violence. The magic here happens in the amortization phase, that split second between lowering yourself and exploding upward. You want to minimize that time on the ground to train your fast twitch fibers to fire instantly. You are teaching your nervous system to react, not just push. Here is the protocol. Perform 4 sets of 5 to 8 reps. Do not go to failure. If you grind out the last rep slowly, you are training your body to be slow. We want speed. Focus on height and quality. If you cannot get off the ground yet, start from your knees. If you are advanced, elevate your feet or add a clap. But remember, the goal is not the clap. It is the speed of the launch. Next, we move to medicine ball slams. This is the ultimate kinetic chain exercise. A punch does not start in your fist. It starts in your feet, travels through your core, and exits through your hands. This movement mimics that exact flow. Grab a medicine ball that does not bounce, raise it high, fully extending your body, and slam it into the floor with everything you have. Engage your abdominal muscles hard as you slam down. This is the same contraction you use when connecting with a strike. Do 3 sets of 10 repetitions. Here is a critical Soviet-style training note. Do not treat this like cardio. Do not bounce up and down mindlessly. Treat every single repetition as a separate, maximum effort explosive event. Reset your stance, take a breath, and try to put the ball through the floor. If you are not trying to break the ball, you are not doing it right. Finally, we need to load that explosion with the trap bar deadlift, specifically with a speed focus. Most people deadlift to see how much weight they can move. You are going to deadlift to see how fast you can move the weight. We are targeting sub-maximal loads here. Think 50 to 60% of your 1 rep max. Your protocol is 5 sets of 3 reps. That sounds easy, but the intent to move fast is what recruits the high threshold motor units responsible for knockout power. When you pull, explode up. Control the weight on the way down, reset, and explode again. Keep your spine neutral to protect your lower back. Fighters deal with enough back issues without adding gym injuries to the list. This teaches your nervous system to access strength instantly, not gradually. Now that we have turned your body into a weapon that can generate massive force, we need to make sure you can handle the recoil. It is time to shift focus from dishing it out to taking it. You can generate all the force in the world, but if your body breaks upon impact, that power is useless. We are shifting gears now, moving from the engine to the chassis. This phase is about bulletproofing your structure so you can absorb punishment and keep moving forward. It starts with the most critical yet most neglected muscle group in combat sports, the neck. People often talk about a fighter having a glass chin, implying they cannot take a punch. While some of that is neurological, a huge factor is physical. A weak neck allows the head to snap back violently when struck, rattling the brain inside the skull and causing a concussion. A strong, thick neck acts as a shock absorber, dissipating that force and keeping your head stable. To build this, we use the neck bridge, or more safely for beginners, isometric holds. We are going to focus on the isometric variation to minimize the risk of cervical spine injury. You do not need to roll aggressively like a wrestler from the 1970s if your neck is not ready for it. Instead, press your hand against your forehead and resist the pressure without moving your head. Do the same for the back and sides. The protocol is simple but effective. 3 sets of 30-second holds for the front, back, and sides. If you are doing the bridge on the floor, use your hands for support initially. Never let your ego dictate the load here. You are strengthening the connection between your head and shoulders to ensure that when you get hit, the shock does not turn the lights out. Next, we target the core. But we are not doing crunches. Crunches train you to curl into a ball, which is a defensive, losing posture. We want a core that resists breaking. We want anti-extension strength. For this, we use ab wheel rollouts. When an opponent tries to break your posture in a clinch or shoots for a takedown, they are essentially trying to hyperextend your spine. The ab wheel trains you to resist that force. Perform 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. The key here is the hollow body position. Tilt your pelvis back and lock your rib cage down. As you roll out, do not let your lower back sag. If your back arches, you have lost the tension, and you are just grinding your spine. This exercise builds the kind of functional grappling strength that 1,000 sit-ups will never give you. From the core, we move to the hands. Farmer's carries are non-negotiable. Grip strength is scientifically linked to overall neural drive and upper body power. More importantly, your wrist stability dictates whether your punch lands solid or your wrist buckles, causing injury. Grab the heaviest dumbbells or kettlebells you can handle with perfect form. Walk for 40 meters. Do this for 3 sets. The cues are strict: shoulders pinned back, chest proud, and absolutely no swaying. You should look like a moving statue. This does not just wreck your forearms, it hammers your obliques. Every step you take with that heavy load tries to pull you sideways, and your core has to fight to stay upright. That is the exact same stability you need to absorb a body shot without folding. Finally, we need to protect your knees. Fighters are prone to ACL tears because of the explosive directional changes we make. The solution is Nordic hamstring curls, focusing specifically on the negatives. Think of your hamstrings as the brakes of your body. You use your quads to accelerate, and you need your hamstrings to decelerate. The protocol is 3 sets of 5 reps, focusing solely on the lowering phase. Keep your hips locked forward. Lower yourself toward the ground as slowly as possible. You will likely fail and catch yourself with your hands, and that is expected. Use your hands to push yourself back up. We only care about the eccentric, the lowering portion. If you cannot control it at all, use a resistance band anchored behind you for assistance. This exercise bulletproofs the posterior chain and ensures your knees can handle the torque of a fight. You have the power to knock someone out and the armor to survive the hit. But none of that matters if you are gasping for air after 60 seconds. Fatigue makes cowards of us all. When you get tired, your hands drop, your chin comes up, and you get caught. We need to build a gas tank that allows you to work at high output without fading. We start with shadowboxing with resistance bands. This targets specific endurance in the shoulders. You know that burning feeling in your delts in the late rounds? This is how you conquer it. Wrap a resistance band around your back and hold the ends in your hands. Go for 3 rounds of 2 minutes. Throw straight punches, jabs, and crosses, focusing on full extension. The resistance will fight you on the way out, which builds power, but the real benefit is on the way back. The band will try to snap your arm back. You must control that retraction. If you let the band pull you, you risk injury. You have to fight the resistance in both directions. This keeps your muscles under constant tension, simulating the fatigue of a real bout. By the end, keeping your hands up will feel like a war, which is exactly the point. Next, we strip away the equipment for the single most effective conditioning tool for fighters, the Sprawl burpee. Do not confuse this with the jumping jack style burpees you see in fitness boot camps. This is a combat drill. It trains level changing and reaction time. We use the Tabata protocol, 20 seconds of maximum work, then 10 seconds of rest, repeated for 4 minutes total. When you drop, your hips must touch the ground. You are simulating a sprawl to defend a takedown. Then you pop back up to a fighting stance immediately. You are not jumping for height, you are resetting to fight. This spikes your heart rate and forces you to clear lactic acid quickly, mimicking the frantic pace of a scramble on the ground. Finally, we head outside for roadwork sprints. The old myth is that fighters need to jog 5 miles every morning. That's great for a warm-up, but fights aren't steady-state cardio. Fights are explosions of violence, followed by brief lulls. We need to train your energy systems to match that reality. Perform 10 sets of 100-meter sprints. Sprint at 90 to 100% effort, then walk back to the start. The walk is your recovery. As soon as you get back, you go again. This interval training increases your VO2 max and, crucially, improves your recovery speed. The goal isn't just to run fast. It's to teach your body to bring your heart rate down quickly between bursts of effort. That ability to recover in the 10 seconds you aren't throwing punches is what wins fights in the later rounds. We have built the engine, the armor, and the tank, but the workout is not over until the recovery work is done. You cannot train explosively on cold joints, and you cannot recover if you leave the gym stiff. Before you touch a weight, you need a dynamic warm-up. Spend 10 minutes moving, arm circles, leg swings, torso twists. You are lubricating the joints. After the session, spend 5 to 10 minutes in a static cool down. Stretch the hip flexors, the hamstrings, and the chest. This helps flush the lactic acid and reduces the stiffness that sets in the next day. If you commit to this roadmap for 4 weeks, the transformation will be undeniable. You will hit harder. You will last longer. You will be harder to break. You will not just look like you train, you will move like a fighter. Do not try to do everything at once. Pick one exercise from each section we covered today and add it to your routine immediately. Start building your hidden strength now. And if you want to build solid obliques like boxers, watch this video next.